Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We continue our conversation on PARCC, the standardized test that is proposed for all students in New Jersey and is being met with nothing but controversy. As part of the conversation, Michael Salvatore, who is the Long Branch Superintendent of Schools, and Professor Dorothy Varygiannes, who is from the Monmouth University School of Education. In PARCC, what do you see as the root of the controversy? Why is it getting some pushback?
Well, the root is because testing. The critics all say that there's too much time taken away from normal instruction and that our emphasis is on testing and we shouldn't be focused on just one particular score. They also...
But there's always been testing, right? There's always been some standardized testing.
Absolutely. Back to the IQ testing in the 1940s and 50s. So testing has been here, but it's also looking at it in terms of the fact that we're focusing in on a slice of the pie, math and language arts. We're not testing in all subjects. So there's two voices out there. One that's saying maybe we're not testing enough because we're not testing all subjects, and others saying that we're just over-testing.
Do you see that as the root problem?
I see it as one of the problems. I think the root comes from the unknown. I think you said, why are people critics of it? Frankly, in New Jersey, we've only seen it in trials, and even the people who've been able to see it are in small doses. Parents have seen sample questions that are some of the most difficult questions on the assessment. So that's one piece, is the unknown. What is PARCC going to bring? What are the consequences? All the questions around that. The other piece would be the link to accountability, which frankly is new for a lot of people, and it feels very different.
The link to accountability of teachers and school districts in helping the children, or the accountability of the teachers in that you can fire a teacher if they don't do well?
I think it's both. So now with accountability measures, and this is separate from PARCC, but PARCC has to play a piece in it because it is a percentage of the summative evaluation. So a teacher can move particular ratings from being effective to partially effective based upon the results of growth that they demonstrated, or their students have demonstrated over the past year. And that's controversial right there, because now, for the first time, since we've invoked standardized testing years ago, it's been linked to teacher evaluation with a numerical score, which is scary for a lot of educators.
Well, and that could be the root of it, too. I mean, the fact that you said, well, both, and I said in firing a teacher, of course you're going to get union pushback and parent teachback, because the parents will start to think, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, parents will start to think, well, if a teacher's going to get fired over a test, they're going to put all their time into teaching a test and ignore everything else. Could that happen? Isn't that an inherent problem with a test like this?
Well, I think there's the other side of the coin in terms of the test is also helping us to take another look at what good instruction is all about. And the new tests are looking at students thinking critically. They're asking students to do problems that are open-ended. They're also testing not just math, facts, and knowledge, but they're testing students' ability to demonstrate their conceptualization of ideas.
No, I understand all that, and I'll let you clarify what we said a second ago, because what my question is if you're a teacher and you believe this part of the reason they're giving this test is to find out whether you should be fired, or whether you're doing your job well, or they're trying to root out bad teachers, wouldn't you necessarily put all your time into teaching that test and maybe nothing else? I mean, I'm going to teach my kids how to do well on a test.
Well, I think there's different schools of thought on that. So I've always been a believer in standards and teaching to standards. And because the standards are so conceptual in a sense in their base, that when teachers are teaching to a standard, they're going to accomplish what's supposed to be measured on the assessment.
So you see teaching to the test is a good thing?
No, I say teaching to standards is a very good thing.
Well, but it may not be the same thing.
It's not the same thing. I think teaching to standards sometimes is confusing to onlookers. That a teacher in the classroom understands the difference between stopping and doing test preparation in a silo, stopping instruction. That looks very different to a teacher than it does to a parent. where a parent may see anything associated with Common Core or PARCC, they may see that as stopping instruction, whereas teachers see it as fluid. They say, this is the standard, I have to make sure they understand it conceptually, and these are the activities we're going to do. It doesn't mean they're stopping instruction specifically to accomplish what PARCC wants to see.
Michael Salvatore, the Long Branch Superintendent of Schools, and Professor Dorothy Varygiannes from Monmouth University, the School of Education. I thank you so much for being here. That was enlightening. I appreciate it. I hope for your sake, because it sounds like you both would like to see PARCC get a chance, that it makes it through the political gauntlet that it's going through right now.
It will.
We'll be back in just a moment to talk more about PARCC and a different angle that is being covered by a reporter at the Asbury Park Press when Jersey Matters continues.